Okay, you guys, so welcome back to my channel. My name is Nicholas. Thank you for watching. Go ahead and hit like and hit subscribe. So today we are going to be reacting to the Joe Biden CNN town hall from February 16th. So I saw people talking about it on Twitter. I actually didn't even know that it was happening, but it happened yesterday. This video is probably going to come out on the 17th. So I've seen little clips of it, but I've never seen the full thing all the way through. And of course, those clips could be out of context. They could be out of context. So I don't know if they're out of context or not. So I'm excited to watch this. We're going to watch it together and I'll say what I think and then you can say what you think in the comments. And when I look here, I'm talking to you guys. When I look here, I'm talking to Joe. Okay? Here, I'm talking to you. Here, I'm talking to Joe. So let's see what Anderson is about to say.
Okay, so the
It's not true. It's not true. It's not true. I'm not saying it's a lie. I'm not saying he's lying. But no. What? God bless you, son. No purgatory for you. I just want to point out a fundamental incongruence. Okay? When not the girl, when the lady before asked about her son has COPD and needs to get a vaccination. He says, it's up to the states, but maybe I can help you if you come backstage after the show. When this woman asks, what can you do? He's like, I can do X, I can do Y, I can do Z, I can do B, I can do that, I can do that, I can do that. Okay. I just want to point that out. Did he just say he doesn't know how to use a computer? He makes me so uncomfortable when he talks to them. It's making me so uncomfortable. Why does he keep calling her honey and baby and stop? I would like to say that I think all of these questions were pre-fielded, not just by CNN, but I think they were given to him and they agreed to stay with them because while this is being aired, like the state of Texas is like freezing to death, literally. Pipes is busting, flooding, ice, snow, people are crashing. There was a 100-person car crash the other day and they haven't said anything about it. And they haven't even said anything about it, like even in like just on a surface level way, like at the beginning, like hope everybody in Texas is safe or anything like that. And I don't think they addressed it the whole time. I didn't see anybody talking about that. So I dislike that. I dislike that. This is a major national emergency. This is like equivalent to like a hurricane, earthquake, any type of natural disaster type situation. So he could say something about it. Count. I'm not committed to passing nothing. I'm not committed to passing nothing. That's why I've been president for a month and y'all ain't seen your account is not stimulated. Cue the video. We did it. We did it, Joe. Another day, no stimmy. We did it. We did it, Joe. You're gonna be the next president. Whoa. No stimmy. We did it. I gotta post that on my channel. I hate it. I hate it when people talk about job creation as though it is the end all be all of economic stimulus and prosperity. Simply creating a job does not necessarily correlate to increasing the quality of someone's life or their well-being. A job at an Amazon warehouse where you have to piss in a bottle and you might get COVID and die, that we should not be calling that a success as a society. A job where you get exploited and you don't get paid fairly and you can't get health insurance because you're a contractor and you can't get tax protections, that's not a bag. That's not success. So simply saying this is all a setup, right? To say, okay, well, we need the stimulus to create jobs, which means that we should give the stimulus money to the corporations because the corporations need the money to buy the raw materials, right? So when they buy the raw materials, they can hire people to manufacture those raw materials into the end good. So it makes total sense for us to give most of the money to the businesses and not to the people because we want to create jobs. Doesn't make any sense. Did not work well in 2008, as we can all look around and see right now. It's like, it's not that people need jobs. It's true. Someone who doesn't have a job right now probably wants a job. I want a job. I have a job interview tomorrow. But the problem is the quality of the jobs. It's not enough to just say, oh, here's your opportunity to do labor. Be happy. Like, that's not enough. Wrong. Hold up. Not him acting like hunger is a new issue. In 2018, 14.3 million American households were food insecure with limited or uncertain access to enough food. Households with children are more likely to experience food insecurity. Before the coronavirus pandemic, more than 10 million children lived in food insecure households. So, and that's something that I'm so worried about. I'm so worried about. After this pandemic, after this blizzard, after this political environment cools down, is everybody just going to forget that things were fucked up before all this happened? And just because you get a vaccine doesn't mean that it stopped being insane, or just because the line outside the food bank goes from an hour to 30 minutes that it's still not okay? I don't know. Oh man, no. I messed up the video. Wait, this is my song though. Should we take a music break? Home at the shine. Okay, y'all. I got a snack. Okay, let's go back to the video. But where is my stimmy, baby? Where is my stimmy? Wages go up, consumption goes up. Raise it. Which is exactly what they will do if the minimum wage does not hit $15 an hour until 2025. That's exactly what's going to happen. But this is the thing. What happened to the 7 million jobs you was going to create with the such and such and so? There has to be an impact on the business. The business does have to make less money if they have to pay more for labor. That's the point. That's just what it is. So if you're saying, oh, well, we're going to raise it so slowly that actually the real wages will not increase, how does that help them? And yet, I still don't have my stimmy. You see the problem, but where's my fucking money, bro? Only good thing an inspector general has ever done was tell us all the fucked up stuff that happened 6 months later. That's all I'm gonna say. You don't want to talk about Trump. They just spent 7 weeks trying to prosecute him. I still don't have my stimmy. He's saying he got involved with politics because of civil rights. But didn't he, if I'm not mistaken, his mentor was a whole segregationist. Okay, so just tell lies. This guy is funny. You're as big as a mountain. Hold up, y'all. Just want to go ahead and say that he has not answered the question. Whoa. Is he about to self-reference the crime bill as like a good thing? Is that what's about to happen? I just want to say that this has totally gone off the rails. He said, what are you going to do about the police? And now he's talking about prosecutorial discrimination, which is like, okay, yeah, that's real, but why are you going on and on about this? You're talking about prosecutorial decision. People are not even making it to a courtroom because they're getting killed. Secondly, what do you mean you're gonna make you need to study and make some recommendations? We got to pull a committee together. What? What is all of this nonsense? That's exactly what this is. This is nonsense. This is a non-answer. He's trying to sell mandatory sentencing on the logic that actually it's more fair to do it this way. So the same prosecutorial discrimination and sentencing disparities that we see now are a result of this law that's been in place since the 90s. Mandatory sentencing has been since the early 90s. And this is here we are now, 20 years later, 30 years later, 30 years later. And he's saying now the way to deal with the racial discrimination is through mandatory sentencing. Is he having an episode? I think he's having an episode. He thinks he's in 1991. You know, his bow tie, I don't love it. That's a bold choice. he said, exactly. This is my song. He loves in this question. Stop this. Let me show y'all what the police are doing right now. Let me show you what the police are doing right now. Let me show you. Portland police officers guarding Fred Meyer dumpsters as residents seek discarded food. Roughly a dozen Portland police officers faced off with a small group at a northeast Portland Fred Meyer on Tuesday after people tried to take food that had been thrown away. Police officers showing up to, quote, guard the dumpsters. It's on OregonLive.com. So I guess this is what they're afraid of over legislating. Would hate to defund the dumpster guardians. I'm so worried. I'm shaking in my boots. Oh no, I'm shaking in my boots. Oh my Atlanta. I was rocking with him a little bit on that COVID stuff. I thought maybe he's pulled it together, but no, this is crazy what he's saying right now. This is crazy. Oh Jesus Christ. Again, this is all pre-fielded, pre-recorded, pre-narrative building questions because this is crazy. No. I can't believe he just said that like that. I cannot believe he just said that like that. Good thing, good thing her dad got murdered so we could all know racism exists. Whew. Love a good public servant. This is a fucking joke. Miscegenation? Minute 50, only 20 minutes left. We still have not heard anything about the blizzard literally destroying Texas, people freezing to death in their home, 100-person car crash, buildings flooded, being destroyed. Has not said anything about that. But miscegenation, just get us some PT, get us some playtime. Why are they clapping? Beautiful. She is really, really beautiful. She kind of looks like Angela Bassett. It's not true. It's not true. It's not true. It's not true. It's not. It's not. Yo, I do not like this man. I do not like him at all. Function without consensus, but you also can't function with consensus because all the American people are on the same page that you need to do universal health care, cancel student loan debt, raise the minimum wage. Most Americans agree with pretty progressive policies, but those can't happen either. Like you advocating for miscegenation on TV, talking about how amazing it is that the blacks are breeding themselves out. I just... Is this America or is this Australia? What is going on? He getting kind of out of breath, y'all. They need to let him sit down. He is 80 years old. They need to let him sit. This is crazy. Refugees, people seeking asylum, and refugees being sent from camps all around the world, not all the same thing. Comment below if you're an immigration lawyer. Yeah, just can't stop being racist. Very Boston of you. No, that's what he just said. What is he talking about? So Anderson asked him about path to citizenship, and now he's talking about some imaginary camp in Sierra Leone. He said, "Let my people go." Wait, where's that? Let my people go. Now he's telling us about Chinese history. When was the last time you went to China, Joe Biden? Because we was there. Boots was on the ground in Shanghai and Xi'an in 2018, and you wasn't there, man. You weren't there. Speaking of that, go watch my China video. You could definitely see my China video. I'll put a thing right here. I have no idea what's going on. Look at Anderson. He's as confused as I am. He said, I asked you about a pathway to citizenship, and you telling me about the one-child policy. Then I asked you about the Uyghurs, and you telling me about you and Xi Jinping are best friends and flew around the world for 17,000 miles. What? How is any of this supposed to convince anyone that he's going to do anything about anything? And Xi Jinping does not give a damn what you have to say. You won't forgive student debt loan debt relief because it may benefit a really wealthy person who doesn't deserve it. First of all, everybody deserves an education. It doesn't matter if you're rich, if you're poor, everybody deserves an education. But really think about it. If you're so rich, why would you have student loan debt? So rich, you got so much money. So much money. Why would you even bother with the paperwork to even get the loan? You just pay. You just pay. Because you're so rich, right? You have so much money. You just pay. It's like a punishment. It's like, oh, you worked hard in school so that you could, because yeah, there's people that get into Ivy League elite schools or whatever that is just, oh, you know, their dad knows their dad, their mom knows their mom, they got the connect, they got the plug. And there's some people that get in that way. There's some people that just fat out buy their way in, like Lori Loughlin's kids, Olivia Jade. But most people just have to be smart. You have to work hard. You have to study. You have to put in effort. So how can it be that these are the best and the brightest and the smartest or whatever? If you accept that premise, right? People that are going to school there work very hard, especially the people that are not rich, that are not white, that are working hard to get in to go to these schools, to go to undergraduate, to go to graduate school, to go to medical school, go to law school. They work very hard to be able to make those things a reality. And so now you get to be punished by saying you were too hard to be able to get into this really good school. So now you don't deserve help from the vendors, pay too little. We can't get people to take these jobs, or maybe they can't take them because if you graduate from law school with $200,000 in debt, you can't take a job that pays $35,000 a year because you have to. I'm not so pressed about the student loan thing because I personally have student loans. I know other people have student loans. Everybody has student loans. What makes me so annoyed about it is that nobody who says that they don't want, like, anybody who says we can't do student loan debt relief, we don't want to do it, they never have a good answer, a good reason why. They never do. They never do. You know, I could see someone saying, I don't want to defund the police because I don't understand how the police works well enough. So I don't want to defund it and without doing all the other steps and think, oh, just because I'm taking money out of the system is going to change. I need to actually do some structural reorganization, and defunding is not necessarily the key to that. If somebody said that to me, I'd say, okay. I'd say, well, I disagree, but at least that makes sense, right? Money is not the end all be all of everything. This explanation, this does not make any fucking sense whatsoever. I would hate for a super rich person to get debt relief. They already get debt relief. Me, me and her are so annoyed right now. The solution is indentured servitude. He hasn't said nothing about any of the companies that have made billions and billions of dollars of student loan debt. And that's really kind of pissing me off. What the fuck is he talking about? Cybersecurity? Dog, we talking about debt. Alright, I'm glad that's over. Let me go full screen. This guy, man, there was at times when he was likable. There was at times when he just seemed crazy. He like oscillated in between like bashful little altar boy, senile old man, and like racist like 90s Democrat. Like those were his three attitudes. And it seemed like there was just kind of nothing in between. Overall, I'm very upset that they did not even mention Texas once, and that's what lets me know this was all scripted, choreographed. I guess it was supposed to be live, but it's just all scripted, choreographed, pre-planned, pre-staged, probably because they don't want to throw him off. You know, he's walking a tightrope with the whole being coherent thing, and sometimes he kind of fell off, as you could see. That's very upsetting to me, because you know people are freezing to death, literally. The whole thing about the police, it's a setup. The police are guarding garbage cans from people that are hungry. That's what's happening in the United States of America. Thumbs down. I give it a bad review. I'm not leaving this feeling really confident about anything. The COVID thing, okay, in the beginning, that was okay. I don't think they're gonna get 600 million doses of the vaccine by July. Certainly not if Johnson & Johnson doesn't get approved anytime soon. I'll be very surprised to see that happen. I'm very surprised to see if the distribution happens um, in any meaningful way. What he said about China, he lost the plot. Xi Jinping, he's not playing no games with him. And that's why he couldn't even say anything about the Uyghurs, because he's like, we have no pull. We have no pull. China is not listening to what the US has to say, except for how it fits into their plan of what they finna do. Like, they are not concerned about what. Oh, man. We are down so bad, you guys. And this just proved it. Okay. All right. Comment below. What did you think? Make sure you like and subscribe. If you like this kind of video, let me know. I'll react to more stuff. Maybe give me some ideas of different things that I can react to. I like this style of video. Not watching this. I hated this. He's not. This was so boring, and disappointing and crazy to believe that someone thinks that like the hope for racial justice in the future is miscegenation and police funding. Like, that's nuts. That's absolutely nuts. I can't believe he would say that, but I can believe he would say that, but I just can't believe that somebody would really think that this is. Yeah. I don't feel confident about it. But okay, thanks for watching my video. I hope you guys have a good day. Bye.